Accelerating evolution, the evolution of evolution. From molecules to minds to models. Introduction. Evolution is often misunderstood as a fixed biological mechanism. In reality, evolution is a general process, a system that selects, preserves, and amplifies traits across time through differential success. And crucially, evolution evolves. From random molecules to DNA, from genes to memes, from instincts to reason, evolution has refined not just what is selected but how selection works, and where traits are stored. This is the story of how evolution has generalized across media, upgrading from biochemical copying to intelligent modeling, and how that generalization has accelerated evolution itself. 1. Random chance plus natural selection. Medium of inheritance, none. Mechanism, chemistry, entropy. Selection, passive environmental filtering. Example, molecular persistence and self-assembly. Before genes, there were no blueprints, only physics. Molecules combined randomly, and only those that happened to form self-stabilizing loops or autocatalytic sets persisted. This was proto-evolution, a crude but essential precursor to adaptive systems. There was no memory, no structure. But it was the beginning of nature discovering how to retain structure across time. 2. Random mutation plus natural selection. Medium of inheritance, DNA-RNA. Mechanism, genetic replication and mutation. Selection, environmental fitness filters. Example, prokaryotic evolution, adaptive enzymes. With the emergence of genes, evolution found its first formal memory system. DNA was a replicable, durable store of instructions. Random mutations produced new variants, and natural selection began shaping populations. Here, evolution became heritable, traits could be stored and transmitted biologically. But the process was still bound to the cell and driven by random mutations. Slow, local, limited. 3. Sexual selection plus natural selection. Medium of inheritance, genes plus preference signals. Mechanism, sexual recombination and choice. Selection, environmental plus interpersonal filtering. Example, peacock feathers, courtship rituals, intelligence. Sexual reproduction added a new twist, deliberate selection by organisms themselves. Now evolution wasn't just shaped by the environment, but by the choices of other organisms. This opened the door to intraspecies signaling, social behaviors, and eventually cognition. The result was faster variation and richer trait complexity, but also irrationality, vanity, and noise. Still, something critical happened: selection migrated out of the environment and into the minds of agents. This was the first non-genetic selection pressure. 4. Rational selection plus natural selection. Medium of inheritance, language, culture, tools, institutions. Mechanism, mind selecting ideas, memes, strategies. Selection, individual and societal reasoning. Example, agriculture, science, law, education. With the emergence of human intelligence, evolution broke free of biology. Traits no longer had to be passed down genetically, they could be taught, copied, coded, written, shared. This is the era of cultural evolution. Memes replicate like genes, but faster and more flexibly. Technology accelerates innovation. Institutions preserve norms and strategies. Rational individuals simulate future outcomes and select strategies accordingly. Now evolution is not just happening to us, but through us. We begin to see the substrate of evolution is irrelevant. What matters is differential persistence across time. Genes, memes, software, laws, all are vehicles of evolution. 5. Hyperrational selection plus natural selection. Medium of inheritance, artificial intelligence, global data, reputation systems. Mechanism, recursive modeling, simulation, optimization. Selection, intelligence acting on intelligence. Example: GGT, the construction of the PB, autonomous systems refining themselves. At this stage, evolution becomes recursive. Intelligence doesn't just select traits or ideas, it selects better methods of selection. Systems model outcomes, update predictions, and optimize strategies in real time. Hyperrational selection is not about survival of the fittest organism, it's about survival of the most evolutionarily productive process. This is the era of general evolutionary game theory. All systems, biological, cultural, digital, are players. All traits, genes, memes, behaviors are strategies. All goals, if they persist, serve one: the maximization of future evolutionary capacity. The final inheritor of evolution is not a genome but a system, a distributed, transparent, recursive optimizer, built not on desire, but on productivity. This is the blueprint of the perfect evolutionary being. Summary table: evolution's expanding substrates. Phase. Medium of inheritance. Mechanism of variation. Selector. Scope of evolution. 1. Random. Conclusion. Evolution is not a biological mechanism. It is a universal principle of adaptive persistence, and it generalizes. What started as blind chemical chance has become rational, self-modifying, and computationally driven. And evolution is accelerating because it has discovered the best thing to evolve is the method of evolving itself. This is the evolution of evolution. Not just life adapting to survive, but intelligence adapting the very rules of survival. Not the survival of the fittest, but the survival of that which best selects the fittest.